What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, highly disappointed tonight. Highly disappointed in the main event tonight on Showtime. Rolando Romero versus Ismael Barroso for the WBA super lightweight title. Now, you guys know the situation with Alberto Puello popping hot for an illegal banned substance. They put him as the champion in recess. So the title was on the line tonight between these two fighters. You guys know Barroso was an older guy. You know, he's 40 years old. You have, fighting Rolly, who's 28, young guy, 14-1. A lot of people expected Rolly to go over into this fight and steamroll the old man. And I talked about this a little bit in two previous videos. You just never want to count an old guy out. Just because a guy's old doesn't mean he doesn't still have something in that tank. And, he kind of proved it tonight. He was the better fighter, in my opinion, between the two tonight. Even though Rolly won the fight by stoppage, which, first of all, let me say this about that stoppage. That was a horrible stoppage. That fight should have not been stopped tonight. Tony Weeks stopped that fight prematurely. Rolly, when I look back at the tape, when they replayed it, when the stoppage happened in the 9th round, Rolly wasn't even hitting Barroso with clean shots. I thought Barroso hit Rolly with more clean shots during that than Rolly hit Barroso with clean shots. So I don't understand why Tony Weeks stopped the fight unless, there's some type of fix put in there. But that's just me speculating. I don't want to say that's true. I don't like to put stuff out like that unless I have proof. But, there's going to be a lot of speculation when it comes to that. Tony Weeks would not talk after the fight. He wouldn't do an interview after the fight. So go figure. You guys make your assessment from that. Now, as far as Rolly's performance, I was highly disappointed in Rolly's performance tonight. I thought he would have came in, a lot sharper than he did. But actually, he looked a lot worse this time in this fight than he did in the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. I thought he looked better in that fight, being so aggressive in that fight. Now, he said he wanted to be patient. He said he learned about being patient in that fight. But, it was just too much patience going on with Rolly in this fight. He wasn't being aggressive. You had Barroso walking him down. Rolly was on his bicycle the whole night. He wasn't letting his hands go. He wasn't working behind the jab. He seemed like he was gun shy. And when he got dropped, because he got dropped in the 3rd round with a straight left hand, and it seemed like from there, he was really gun shy on pulling the trigger, on throwing that right hand. He's making the same mistakes that he always makes, pulling straight back with his chin up in the air, and that's how he got knocked down in the 3rd round with a straight left hand. So I guess that's his kryptonite, a straight left hand when it comes to Rolly. Now, Rolly, they gave Rolly a knockdown in the, I think it was the 9th round when the fight was stopped. But if you go back and look at tape, it wasn't really a knockdown. Rolly pushed Barroso down to the ground. He kind of threw this right hook, and then he kind of cuffed it, and then he took his arm and kind of just pushed him down. And they actually counted that as a knockdown, but it wasn't really a knockdown. So go figure, guys. It was just a horrible fight. And it wasn't so much what Barroso was doing in the fight. It was what Rolly wasn't doing. Rolly wasn't doing anything in the fight except being on his bicycle. Like I said, not using his jab properly, not throwing the right hand, not throwing any combinations. He looked stiff and robotic, and he just looked timid and afraid to get hit. And he kind of admitted it after the fight when he was questioned about it in the ring. He was talking about, Barroso's power, but sometimes you're gonna have to take some shots to give. And he just seemed like he was timid acting, stiff, timid, and just not the caliber of a fighting a guy fighting for a championship, in my opinion. If he would have fought somebody like Akhmedov tonight, he would have got slaughtered in that ring tonight. If he would have fought Puello in this fight tonight, he would have got slaughtered in this fight tonight. and he just looked horrible. I don't know if he needs a new trainer. I don't know what's going on with him, but the aggression wasn't there. You know, he wasn't being the aggressor, and he just looked terrible in the fight tonight. And I was totally disappointed in his performance. I thought Rolly would look better. You know, he's got the charisma, he's got the charm, you know, he can sell a fight, but you still have to know how to fight, and he's just lacking in certain fundamentals. He just seemed like a fish out of water, and it was just terrible, guys. It was just terrible. So I can't even try to sugarcoat it, because it was a horrible, horrible situation tonight. The stoppage, Rolly's performance, like I said, you can't count these old guys out. You know, just because a guy's 40 years old doesn't mean he doesn't have anything in the tank. He had more in his tank than Rolly had in his tank, because Rolly was afraid of this guy. In my humble opinion, I thought Rolly was afraid of Barroso tonight. But anyway, guys, that's my rant on the whole thing. A little bit disgusted tonight with the situation. You know, I love boxing, but, you know, when it's bad, it's bad. And when terrible things happen in the ring, terrible stoppages, it just leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So you guys let me know what you think about the fight in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.